Good morning, I'm Channel 9 Steve Udelson. We are live outside the Channel 9 studios. That's at 1901 North Tryon Street. This is our special collection day for Steve's Coats for Kids. It's a lofty goal, but I want to show you what we're going to try to do. We want to fill this Cintas truck with all the coats that you're going to be donating during the day today. And again, we're trying to keep kids warm with new and gently used coats of all sizes. Come on down. We're here till 7 o'clock, or go to stevescoatsforkids.com for the nearest drop-off to you.
Welcome back. Channel 9 Steve's Coats for Kids Drive is now underway. I want to show you some live pictures. It's just outside of our WSOC TV studios on North Tryon Street. Chief Meteorologist Steve Udelson is standing by there collecting warm coats for kids, and you can see we've got a nice pile there collected so far. And without one, kids are going to get cold in this weather. You can drop by any time between now and 7 tonight to donate. You can even meet our team. New and gently used coats are appreciated. Today's a big day here at Channel 9, our annual collection here at our studios of Steve's Coats for Kids. And we have Chief Meteorologist Steve Udelson. He is leading the drive as always. And Steve, having a lot of fun out there. You met a lot of generous people coming out to donate coats.
Year after year, Blaine, 15 years now. It's been incredible. And I just want to walk you through the process. Get all these bags of coats. That's the first thing we do, is get the coats in the bags. This was a key addition a couple of years ago. Our friends at Cintas literally go through every coat, new and gently used. They sort them, they clean them, and if a coat is, say, a little more than gently used, they try to mend it. And the bottom line is to try to get as many of the coats that are collected onto the backs of kids. From Cintas, we take the coats on over to Crisis Assistance Ministry. They have an incredible free store there. All you have to do is show up, and you can take the coats that you need. You know, we started this 15 years ago with the thought that no parent should ever have to worry about, do I heat my home, do I put food on the table, or a warm coat on my child. We're trying to take one piece of that equation out. So as many free coats as we can get, that's what we're trying to do. And again, we're going to be here till 7 o'clock this afternoon. Don't worry if you can't make it down to the studios today. The boxes will be out through the weekend. You can go to any of our family-focused sponsors. That is Hendrick Honda, ER Plumbing. You can head on over to Crisis Assistance and drop them off there directly. You can go to any Showmars or Ashley Home Store. Good afternoon once again. I'm Channel 9 Steve Udelson. We are live outside the Channel 9 studios. We're at 1901 North Tryon Street. This is our special collection for Steve's Coats for Kids. These, my friends, are the coats that you have donated. In just a couple of days, they're going to go through Cintas, who will clean and sort them, mend them if they need to, and then those coats will be on their way to Crisis Assistance. You're going to hear John talk about the cold air coming back. We have plenty of winter left, my friends. Let's keep as many kids warm as we possibly can. We're here till 7. Good afternoon once again. I'm Channel 9 Steve Udelson. We are live outside the Channel 9 studios for our special collection for Steve's Coats for Kids. Once again, you have answered the call, and we're going to be here for another couple of hours till 7 o'clock collecting new and gently used coats of all sizes. As is usually the case, larger sizes are the greatest need. These coats will go over to Cintas to be cleaned, and then over to Crisis Assistance Ministry, and we're going to get them to the kids as quickly as we can with all this cold air around.
This time of year, our entire Channel 9 team is focused on making sure that local children stay warm this winter. It's our special collection of Steve's Coats for Kids, and today it was at our studios.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Steve Udelson has led this drive for 15 years now. He's been outside the studios all day today, accepting coats and generous donations. And how's it going out there, Steve?
Hey, Scott, it's been a constant flow of traffic, and if you don't believe me, check this out. Driveway is totally full of folks ready to donate as soon as we finish up here. Now, anyone that's been here today can tell you this is truly a labor of love, and you can see we've got a lot of love. We started very early this morning with some kids that came from the Kids Are Kids Learning Center in Matthews. They were the first to drop by with dozens of coats for children their own age, and it's great seeing kids helping kids. From there, cars lined up outside our studio with people dropping off coats from their closets at home. Some donors had dozens of coats, others just one or two. I spoke with one man who comes by literally every year to donate. Is this the first time you've donated?
No.
You hear every year?
Every year.
It's fantastic.
There's always something to give.
Okay.
But there are people that need.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what it's about, right?
Yes, sir.
Pay it forward.
Yes, sir, it is.
All right, so once we're done here in a couple of hours, these coats are going to go over to Cintas. They are going to be sorted, they're going to be cleaned and mended if need be, and then they go over to Crisis Assistance. Bottom line is we want these coats onto the kids that need them within just a few days. Scott and Erica?
All right, thanks so much, Steve. Well, it is one of the biggest days of the year here at Channel 9, our collection of Steve's Coats for Kids.
Yes, it's something our Chief Meteorologist Steve Udelson is so passionate about. For 15 years now, he's been collecting coats for local kids who don't have them. Now, Steve has been outside for us, outside our studios all day long, accepting coats from generous donors. And Steve, I know you met a lot of great people again today.
Absolutely, Eric. You know what the amazing thing is? Every time we ask folks to donate, they answer the call. Our community is truly incredible. I mean, look at all these coats, thousands of coats. Now, earlier today, the Charlotte Fire Department came by, and as only they could, came by with a truck full of coats. It was absolutely fantastic. Captain Jackie Gilmore told me that many of those coats came from collection boxes at the city's 42 fire stations. We appreciate the department's effort in this drive. It makes an absolutely huge difference. A team from Duke Energy also stopped by with a truck of their own, loaded with roughly 400 coats. They said giving back to the community is a huge part of their mission.
I think a lot about purpose and what is my purpose, and if it's not to give back to others, I don't know what it's for.
So we're going to be here for another hour or so outside. Do I not have the best seat of the house or what? All these thousands of coats. They're going to go over to Cintas, eventually over to crisis assistance, and onto the backs of kids that need them. John just talked about the chill. Believe me, we're feeling it.
You look like a little kid in a giant beanbag there, Steve. The
I
jacket
tell you, I
doesn't
haven't been
help.
this comfortable all day. This is great.
Thank you, Steve. Tonight, our team here at Channel 9 is working hard to help thousands of local children who still don't have warm coats.
It's all part of our Steve's Coats for Kids donation drive, headed every year by Chief Meteorologist Steve Udelson. He's outside our studios. He's been there all day, and he says there's an urgent need for coats.
There is, Scott. You know, in spite of this massive mound of coats you see behind me, the need in our community is once again urgent. Now, a number of Channel 9 viewers, generous viewers, came on by this afternoon all day through our studios here at North Tryon Street, all looking to give. Now, an alumni group from the Charlotte chapter of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority told me they set a Coats for Kids goal way back in September, and they more than exceeded that goal and dropped off more than 100 coats today. As the hours pass by, hundreds of more coats are donated by our viewers who just wanted to help. I spoke to one woman who supports every drive that we do, and she's done this every year. She told me she hopes other people will do the same.
Just know that, you know, it's colder today, so go outside, and if you didn't have that coat, how would you feel? There's some kids and adults that don't have that coat that you do, so just try and do what you can.
So we're in the final hour of our drive here at the station. I'm standing in the Cintas truck. The coats that are donated here will go right over to Cintas. They are going to sort the coats, the new and gently used. If any coat needs to be cleaned or mended, they will do that. Then these coats scoot over to crisis assistance. And the bottom line is we want these coats on the back of kids that need them. You've heard John talk about the cold air. Let me tell you something. It's cold out here right now. I wouldn't want to be without a coat. We don't think any child should be without one either.
Today, the entire Channel 9 team was focused on making sure that local children will stay warm this winter. It's all part of our Chief Meteorologist Steve Udelson's 15th annual Coats for Kids drive. This is going to make sure that local children have the coats that they need during the freezing weather ahead. Dozens of cars lined up outside of our station today. Many people, even the young kids, coming by to drop off what they could to donate. One group of children from Kids Are Kids Learning Academy in Matthews was one of the first to arrive. They brought coats for children their age. And one man told Steve that he makes an effort to come by this drop-off every year.
You hear every year?
Every year. Every year.
It's fantastic.
There's always something to give.
Okay.
But there are people that need.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what it's about, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Pay
sir.
it forward.
Yes, sir, it is.
Our Channel 9 team estimates receiving thousands of coats today alone. Those coats will now be passed off over to our friends at Cintas. They will repair them and clean them. Before then, the coats will head to Crisis Assistance Ministry here in Charlotte to go to those in need. Today, the entire Channel 9 team focused on making sure that local kids stay warm this winter.
It's all part of Chief Meteorologist Steve Udelson's 15th annual Coats for Kids drive to make sure all local kids have a warm coat this winter. Dozens of cars lined up at the station today to drop off whatever they could bring to help out. And a group of kids from Kids Are Kids Learning Academy in Matthews. They were some of the first to get here with enthusiasm and brought a bunch of coats to donate. One man told Steve he makes an effort just to drop by every year.
You hear every year?
Every year. Every year.
It's fantastic.
There's always something to give.
Okay.
But there are people that need.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what it's about, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Pay
sir.
it forward.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah, I was out there earlier today. It was a big pile of coats. We're estimating thousands came in today alone. And they'll be passed on to Cintas now for repairs and any cleaning, and then head to Crisis Assistance Ministry here in Charlotte to get to those in need.
We also had a special day at Channel 9 here yesterday, making sure that local kids stay warm this winter.
We hosted Chief Meteorologist Steve Udelson's Coats for Kids drive here at our studios. So much fun. Dozens of cars lined up outside of our station to drop off what they could, some heavy loads there. And a group from the Kids Are Kids Learning Academy in Matthews was the first to arrive with their Coats for Kids. And one man told Steve he makes an effort to drop by each year.
You hear every year?
Every year. Every year.
It's fantastic.
There's always something to give.
Okay.
But there are people that need.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what it's about, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Pay
sir.
it forward.
Yes, sir, it is.
Glad we have people like that in our community. Now, we don't have the exact number of the coats we collected yesterday just yet, but we know it is in the thousands. Those coats will now be passed off to our friends at Cintas for repairs and cleaning before then heading to the Crisis Assistance Ministry in Charlotte. And if you have not donated yet, you still can. You have through January 13th, and you'll find the donation bins. Here's the list at Ashley Home Store. Locations also Showmars, Hendrick Honda, ER Plumbing Services, and all Charlotte fire stations. Just look for the donation boxes. StevesCoatsForKids.com has more information.
This weekend's weather is a good reminder of the importance of a warm coat.
Yeah, Steve's Coats for Kids drive is still going on, and Chief Meteorologist Steve Udelson needs your help to make sure children stay warm. In tonight's Family Focus, an important part in that process you might not know about that makes a world of difference to the children who receive these coats.
That's a load. Wherever there's a Steve's Coats drop-off location, there are a whole lot of coats, and somebody's got to pick them up. Well, for the fourth year in a row now, that somebody is Cintas. It's a big job. I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands of coats every year, and they all have to be accounted for.
We pick them up from our collection sites. They come back here. We go through the coats, inspect each coat.
That inspection often leads to a lot more. You may hear us asking for gently used coats. Well, some of the donations are more used than others and require some extra attention.
That's what we're designed to do here at Cintas.
We're laundering them and then inspecting each individual coat for any defects that may need attention. Like I said, if buttons replaced, a hem that's come undone, and that needs attention. We do that.
So you could spend a lot of time on a
Sure,
coat.
sure.
Last year, Cintas processed 22,000 coats from our Steve's Coats drive. We're hoping to give them even more work this year. Work they're more than happy to take on.
I think everyone can find a coat that's still in good use that they don't use anymore. Just purge your closets, purge your boxes, and donate. Someone needs that coat.
And someone, of course, needs that larger coat size, too, because remember, I mean, kids wear adult sizes, and we'll take any and all of the coats you can give. And again, hats off to our friends at Cintas for making them look like brand new once again. Now, all of our donation bins are still out at Ashley Home Store, Showmars, Hendrick Honda, and ER Plumbing Services. All Charlotte fire stations. Go to StevesCoatsForKids.com for the nearest drop-off to you. There's 80 in all, and I'll be doing one last special drive tomorrow at the Checkers game. Hope you can join us.
This weekend, we wrap up our annual Steve's Coats for Kids drive. Chief Meteorologist Steve Udelson needs your help to make sure local kids stay warm this winter and for years to come. Our Family Focus showcases an important part in the donation process you may not know about. It makes a world of difference to the kids who receive those coats.
That's a load. Wherever there's a Steve's Coats drop-off location, there are a whole lot of coats, and somebody's got to pick them up. Well, for the fourth year in a row now, that somebody is Cintas. It's a big job. I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands of coats every year, and they all have to be accounted for.
We pick them up from our collection sites. They come back here. We go through the coats, inspect each coat.
That inspection often leads to a lot more. You may hear us asking for gently used coats. Some of the donations are more used than others and require some extra attention.
That's what we're designed to do here at Cintas.
We're laundering them and then inspecting each individual coat for any defects that may need attention. Like I said, if buttons replaced, a hem that's come undone, and that needs attention. We do that.
So you could spend a lot of time on a
Sure,
coat.
sure.
Last year, Cintas processed 22,000 coats from our Steve's Coats Drive. We're hoping to give them even more work this year. Work they're more than happy to take on.
I think everyone can find a coat that's still in good use that they don't use anymore. Just purge your closets, purge your boxes, and donate. Someone needs that coat.
Can you ask for more than that?
We'll take any and all of the coats you can give, and our friends at Cintas are ready to make them look like new again. We still have donation bins at Ashley Home Store locations, Showmars, Hendrick Honda, ER Plumbing Services, and at all Charlotte fire stations. The collection ends tomorrow.
Tonight we have some fantastic news. The final numbers are in for this year's collection of Steve's Coats for Kids.
We're going to have that grand total in just a moment, but each year we like to follow the path of one or two coats to show you what happens when you donate. Here's Chief Meteorologist Steve Udelson.
You guys are great. Thank you. It was on our big collection day here at Channel 9. That's awesome. Whoa. When David Beckham brought us 195 coats. Now, he collected all of them at his school, Pine Lake Prep in Mooresville, with a little help from his dad.
If every 5 coats donated at our school, my dad's company would help and he would pay for a new coat.
Among the coats David brought us were some that were gently used, like this light pink one, and this bright fleece coat with a leopard trim. All used coats we get head straight to Cintas. Every year the company does whatever's needed to make them good as new. Those pink coats got the VIP treatment, and we're on. Next stop, Crisis Assistance Ministry, where this mom was in need of warm coats for her very active little girls. The first coat, not quite right. Think that'd be too tight?
Yeah, it's a little bit tough.
But what do you know? The next one is that light pink coat, and it's about perfect. Just enough room to grow into. Next, it's her sister's turn. And without any prompting, she makes her way straight to that bright pink one. It, too, a perfect fit.
What do you say, Mommy?
In case you couldn't make that out, it was a tiny little thank you from a tiny little girl who, along with her sister, will be a whole lot warmer in these cold days ahead. And how great is that?
Yeah.
And it's not just about those two little girls. Here is the grand total from this year. 25,753 coats donated to Steve's Coats for Kids. Far and away a record. You know, the first year, 15 years ago, we got 3,000 coats. We thought that was incredible. Every year, we ask, and our incredible community just gives. I am humbled. I thank you.
And
the
those
kids thank you.
are children
Absolutely.
who are now warm with the stretch we've got coming up the next couple
Could
of
it
days.
be timed more perfectly? Those coats are
Perfect.
ready at Crisis.
Thank you again, everyone, and thank you, Steve, for all the hard work you do.
Absolutely.
every
It's a
season on
team.
this. Absolutely.